Alright, hello everybody. Sorry for the late stream. We are here. This is the winners finals of season 7. It's Andromeda versus Metabusters. Andromeda, I believe, has selected red side for game 1. Exciting stuff about to come here. I am co-casting with Jacob currently. Are
Howdy.
you excited for the series?
Dude, this is gonna be a banger. Like I think we've talked about previously, this has been some of the most competitive top 4 teams that we've seen. I think not even close to. I think this is by far the most competitive top 4 we've seen. So I'm really excited to see these guys play again, especially because it's been a little bit. We saw MVP versus Metabusters round 1, and we had just seen that series happen. So it's exciting to see one that it's been a little bit longer since we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, this matchup I think really could go either way.
Absolutely.
I think Andromeda is slightly favored historically, but we are seeing Hongbaba being run from Metabusters this series, and last time Andromeda played against him, they weren't able to find a game there. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it could be a bit interesting. So kicking it into the champions to watch. From Metabusters, we actually have Dr. Mundo from Korn, but realistically, that's going to be Renekton for
Right.
both of these top laners here. Arnie, 14 games of it, 10-4 is absolutely ridiculous. Jonah, another one that we're looking at with 4 losses. Honan as well with the Ashe, but 13 and 11 wins respectively for those. I expect to see the Echo taken off the table and the Bard taken off the table,
Yeah.
but anything else being banned against Andromeda is a bit of a mystery. Looking over at Metabusters, Joey, 20 games of Zac is completely ridiculous. With a 5 KDA across those is super impressive. This could definitely be a champion that's prioritized.
I will say on for Joey, I think we've seen more recently the Viego. He's had a lot of pop-offs on that champion recently. I know he's warm on it, so that's what I have an eye out for as well.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely see some aggressive picks from either of these players. These are kind of their staple champions, but definitely some powerhouse picks that we could see coming out of the jungle for either Jonah or Joey. Moving down to the mid lane, both of these players, I believe, play both of these champions, but you do have to keep your eye on the Echo from Brewer. It's a really solid ban. He's insanely good on the champion. I feel like he has, like, I don't know. Does he have over 1 million mastery on Echo? He has quite a lot.
Yeah.
Um, and then looking into the bot lane, I think both of these ADCs can play a number of champions. We see the Ashe spotlighted for Honan here, but realistically the Jhin
Jin,
is going
yeah.
to be the one that you're looking for. And Hong does have a lot of games in Vayne, but can definitely play any ADC to a pretty good level. And just taking a quick peek at Noam before we hop into some other slides. He is 12-2 on the Nautilus over 14 games, which is absolutely disgusting. So if he is able
All
to
right.
get another win on that, it could be pretty interesting.
I have confirmed we do have over 1 million points on the Gruer. I had to look him up, figure out. And his tag is Gruer, hashtag Echo. His tag is Echo.
That's kind
So
of funny. So we
it's
are
crazy.
running a bit low on time to go over stuff, but just real quick, looking at the mid lane matchup, this is definitely heavily Andromeda favored, and I think Metabusters' win condition here is going to be to kind of stem the bleeding. Gruer is
Right.
3-0 all time against Tusini with a 5.44 KDA to Tusini's 1 even. Both of them do have really good records in the role overall, along with some good stats, but Gruer definitely outperforming in this lane, and Tusini definitely looking to step up a little bit to challenge him. Spotlighted player here, Hong actually does have 200 games going into this, with 50 champions across it and an even 3 KDA. This very crisp looking stat line is going to have to get broken up a little bit, unfortunately. And looking over at Dad, a bit more of a rookie here. We have 34 games played, 19 champions, huge diverse champion pool with a 56% win rate, and close to a 4 KDA. But draft is going to start about right now, so let's hop into this and see what gets going here.
So Metabusters has the blue side here. Are there any strong first picks that you expect for to utilize that slot?
I mean, we could just see the Renekton. I think it's a pretty easy one to grab. Korn and Arnie are both comfortable on it. You could also see something go over to jungle, but I think anything else is you're gonna kind of want to counterpick it in each of the lanes.
Yeah. Right. Bard bending down. Oh, and we have Lilia. That's not something necessarily expected to see as a first ban. Um, if you're gonna ban a pick from Joey, you'd assume it would be the Zac, like we were talking about, but maybe Jonah is really feeling like playing Udyr this series.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting to see. Joey's Lilia definitely isn't bad. These for sure weren't the bans I was expecting against this team. Tusini looking to just first pick Ari. Not super sure what the tech is there. I think it's a pretty solid champion. I don't know if it's good enough to warrant the first pick, but if you're safe blinding it into Brewer, then by all means go for it. But I do think it is a little bit rough to give Brewer the free counter pick here.
Yeah.
Viego being banned against Joey is very respectful, and I think Andromeda's likely to grab maybe like Zac or Nectin here on 1-2. But instead, Jin being locked in for Honan, one of his top performing champions, it is falling through here. They just want him on comfort.
I was like the Tuccini's OPGG. Looks like he has been playing it recently, doing very, very well on it. So maybe it seems like it's just like a comfort pick currently.
Yep. Talia is actually picked here for Brewer. Solid counter into the Ari. Lots of dashes there do get stopped by the Talia, and he had a pretty good showing on it previously into the Rift Sharks, I believe, in their series. And it looks like Kog'Maw and Lulu is going to be locked in for Hong and Noam. Could see a very protective composition being
Yeah.
drafted up here. The contested Renekton and Zac are still up on the table, so we could see one of those be picked up for Metabusters. Or I mean for Andromeda here, and we are seeing the Renekton locked in.
There it is.
We might want to see some bans going in the Zac direction.
Yeah, we already have two bands coming down for Joey might be getting the Mason experience here. With two more next. This is a very Teddy pick, and every single time I play with him, he says, "Oh, Jacob, can you play a little Lulu kitten today?" So it looks like Noam has taken up that role.
Yeah, and Orin is being taken away from Korn. I think hitting his champion pool once you've already denied the Renekton is definitely a solid choice. And Orin, while Renekton's able to absolutely smash him in the early laning phase, he's able to outscale pretty easily if you're able to play safe. So it's good to go ahead and deny that pick. Jonah did play 2 games of Owlbear against Rift Sharks previously, so I think this is a pretty solid ban there. They're able to scout out that info.
I think it has been nerfed since then, but still pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, it's stepped down in power level a bit, but it's still a very strong pick and super easy to pilot. So Jonah is definitely comfortable on that champion.
Definitely.
And Wukong banned away. Again, pretty solid champion. Shyvana taken off the table. The third ban was going down onto Joey here, but that Zac is still up and available, and I honestly expect to see it come out for Andromeda here.
Especially since you already have this Kog'Maw pick, just like anything you can do to peel the Kog'Maw is going to be strong here.
Yeah, I mean, Andromeda is taking their time with this pick, waiting down until the last second. And however, Renata Glass can end up going with the Zillion. Jin Zillion.
This is the second Zillion.
Yeah, Jin Zillion's a lane that they've played before. It's pretty solid. You can get the Jin going pretty fast. They do lack a bit of tankiness in his composition, but honestly, you don't hate that too much. The Kog'Maw is just going to melt through any tank you select. So kind of diverting to a squishier team comp is a solid choice here. Ari and Kog'Maw both like to kind of dance around and whittle you down a little bit. So having smaller HP bars isn't too terrible. Mundo is actually going to be the lock from Korn here. It's a champion that we saw in the champions to watch, but I kind of glossed over it a little bit. But we know it's a comfortable champion for Korn. Renekton does have a hard time into it. Talia isn't really going to be able to CC him too much because of the speed of that character. But it's going to be nice to have a way to kind of dodge some of that initial CC coming from like Jin or Zillion in like game team fights as well. And if Renekton has to burn his stun on you, that's pretty bad news for them. And Vi is going to be the lock-in from Joey. It's
you have the
definitely a
Talia.
champion that's up on the list here. I mean, really shocked to see Zach fall through completely uncontested. But Vi does have a lot of lockdown pressure and I believe can unstoppable through the Talia rocks. But the Rammus is being hovered here. Would be a really interesting pick. Makes it really hard for Kog'Maw to get anything done. But actually, it is
Oh,
going to be the Rek'Sai, which has been touched a lot since the last time we saw Jonah player. Uh, so this might be pretty interesting. Previously, he's been able to secure some pretty solid early game leads on the Rek'Sai, and has failed to just convert it to the late game.
right. That is the Rek'Sai issue. I'm a bit surprised to see it here. I feel like the Rammus would have. I feel like for Metabusters here, I mean, the one condition it's the protect the Kog'Maw comp. I mean, you have Ari, but Ari's not really, a hyper carry damage champion. Vi obviously isn't either. So if you can just, almost guarantee shut it down, I mean, the Rex I sort of does a similar job of just kill him, shut him down, but I feel like with enough peeling, which Kog'Maw does have, this might make it a bit tougher for Andromeda.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate the Rek'Sai pick. I think you can get more done with it against maybe like Mundo and Ari in the early game. And I think the fear with Rammus is that you get on top of the Cog just brings cleanse, and no one else is really able to touch him. Um,
Right.
Whereas with this comp, you do have like Zillion and Jin could have follow-up engage just off the Rek'Sai damage. But I do see the positives and downsides to either selection. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But we can't
Who do you
kick
think
it
you
back
have?
and just look at this info. Although
Mhm.
um, think it will take a bit to hop in. So maybe we just kill some time. Still talking about draft. Which comp do you like here more, Jacob?
I think that the Metabusters comp um is better, but it relies Teddy to just play really, really consistently and well. Which he definitely is capable of doing, but when that much pressure is on you to as the solo carry of the team, it's pretty tough. Whereas Andromeda, they have a lot of avenues to, you know, win fights, and they have Renekton, the Rek'Sai, really strong early. If they can shut it down, which I think is a bit easier for them. So, I think comp wise, Metabusters, but execution wise, it's probably Andromeda. So, not sure if I've said nothing basically, but I'm gonna say Metabusters for the sake of saying something.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fear here is that if Vi or Ari get any kind of fed, you really struggle to stop them from getting on top of you. So I think if Metabusters is able to find leads on people other than the Kog'Maw, I think they have a pretty scary early game. Um, Whereas their late game is pretty just solidly down. Once Cog gets enough items, he's going to be a bit of a problem. But I think Andromeda's comp does tend to fall off. Jin actually will stay strong. He doesn't have to play into too many tanks, so his scaling is actually going to be super powerful. Same with Talia, but the rest of the champions in this game tend to fall off just a little bit. And I
Right.
don't think the Zillion revive is really doing much. It'll help whoever Vi ults, but I don't think there's a target on this team that's super high priority to the point where you really need to worry about that. Um, and just because of the way that Ari and Cog play, I think the Cillian ult will help. But if they're able to kind of stick on that target, they're just going to get melted down immediately afterwards. Um, but obviously, pretty easy for Andromeda to start a snowball going here. Lots of early game power.
Mhm.
The Renekton Talia combo is really strong. You're able to lock him down, so that Brewer can get the flick, and then that sets up the rest of your team for a lot of stuff. It's just really dependent on having these bruisers be able to get in onto the champions that you want to engage on and make sure that it's followed up on and they're taken out for these fights.
Yep. I do think. What are your thoughts on the Zillion pick? It's been a bit of a rare pick in the server, and I guess among League of Legends players in general. And we've seen it brought out a few times this season. Um, I believe that the other game was with I believe it was with a Hecarim, so you see the obvious energy there. I'm not sure I see, like you're saying with the ult there, a few good targets are, but nothing like clearly amazing. And with the speed up, I'm not sure. Like the Renekton's pretty good on, but it's not anything special. So I'm not sure I see a ton of value in the Zillion pick in
Yeah,
this
I
game.
mean, Jen Zillion is just really good, and if he's a champion you're comfortable on, I really don't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you necessarily need too much. I think having the extra like damage and utility, like you already have a lot of tankiness on the top side. I don't really think it hurts your comp that much. I just don't think it like excels specifically here. If he's
Right,
able to
right.
get the slowdown onto the Vi or the Mundo, I think that actually would be really helpful. Just because the Mundo wants to be able to run around a lot, and the Vi is definitely looking to chase people down. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. As you said, not super common. So I think it's hard to know how it works fully, but we have seen it. Yeah, exactly one other time this season, besides that Rift Sharks game. Um,
Right.
he played it with a Kennen top, a Rail jungle, Ezreal mid, and Janna ADC. So I think we can kind of discount that in terms
Mm.
of useful information. Um,
Perhaps.
we're just kind of out of left field there. But moving on to past performance, Hong has played the Cog a couple times, hasn't been his best performing champion. Gnome's Lulu, pretty solid. Joey, again, has played a couple games with this champion, not looking great. Tusini excelled on the Ari, though, so that can definitely be something we're looking at. Dad has played this champion before. He's 1-0 on it. Honan, I believe, is 10-2 on Jin here. And Brewer also 4-3. These aren't um, updated. Jonah has struggled on the Rex side we talked about, but Arnier, super solid performer here. I think the top and bottom lanes for Andromeda are really not going to struggle here at all.
Mhm.
Um, season records, nothing's really standing out to me, except for Rek'Sai struggling a bit, and Zillion is undefeated there. In these past matchups, though, Andromeda has taken the cake every single time, except if we look at the jungle.
It's funny.
When Joey and Jonah have played against each other, Joey has definitely been succeeding historically, but uh, it looks like when Andromeda runs this configuration of their roster, um, they tend to be in pretty good shape.
Mhm.
Then champion matchups, Ari has actually gotten the best out of Talia, even though Talia should be favored. Kog'Maw and Jin going about even, Jin performing a bit better, but Lulu has absolutely rinsed the floor. Zillion, but these are just one game samples, so
Right.
nothing super obvious there, and the Ari Talia thing doesn't really mean much, so I doubt that the Lulu Zillion one does
Right.
either.
Right.
Yeah, we should be getting into the game any second here, so I'm going to try and get that prepped for us. All right,
Oh,
there
we
we
can do
go.
skin analysis. All right. Is anyone poor? Oh no. Yeah.
Noah, and I think
Noah and
they're in that.
Arnie.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Did I see there was Arnie's birthday today, or am I making that up?
He did say he had the birthday buff.
All right. So, all right. I've changed my mind. Andromeda's gonna win this game. Easy. Sweep. Not even gonna be close. Birthday buff is strongest buff. It's stronger than Elder buff, man. What can I say?
Yep, so true.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are just going for a 5-point there, and followed his ADC into the bush. But no, just gone on a little straw. Yeah, neither team looks like they really want to confront the other. I was gonna say I want more set instruction server. I guess I should I gotta play a part in that. I'm gonna tell my team to invade every game next season. Watch out.
Yeah, I mean, what happened? Oh, my bad. There we go. But yeah, nothing like too crazy happening here.
Or you just getting the overlay ready for the inevitable petty moment.
True. Hopefully we
That's
avoid happening it
awesome.
there, because I think
Yeah.
on this patch a pause means that you can't watch the replay anymore, because Riot Games loves us for sure.
Freaky Riot,
Um,
Eligible Riot games.
yeah.
Those
Andromeda
games,
does have the early game advantage here, but it's not really going to come online until you have a few abilities on the Renekton and the Rek'Sai, so it makes sense that they're not looking to force anything. Around level 2 or 3, you're definitely going to start looking to pressure some of these lanes. Rek'Sai has really good gank setup in any lane, but so does Vi.
Both junglers are starting top here, but only Horn had to leash. I'm not sure if that's going to have a big impact on lane, but both junglers are going to have.
Yeah, I mean, it really shouldn't affect top lane that much. Mundo Renekton is like a sleeper lane. Nothing really is going to happen. So as long as both laners play it right, I don't think anyone's going to die. But if Corrin slips up, there's definitely opportunity for Arnier to get kills through. Here is a critical point because Arnier is 2 and he's pushing in. Here you just want to make sure you catch as many CS as possible. One is falling away from Corrin, but he should be able to just pick up the rest of these and stay pretty even with Arnier.
We did see Busters getting the very, very slight level 2 advantage there. They did not play a big impact, but they do have push in that lane.
Yeah, that is the one thing that you kind of have to watch in this top lane here. Arnier engaged, pop the Mundo bubble. Mundo Bubble's either going to land in a good spot for Mundo or not, and if it doesn't like that, Arnie can easily just step on it and deny some health from Corrin, and that's how you're really able to win trades. You take enough of those and you're going to end up with a slight advantage. If he's able to get the bubble back, he gets a shield back pretty quickly and doesn't take a huge health chunk in that trade.
Oh, managed to land it, but did not get any follow-up. All two Genie lands with a nice full combo there. Well played. Been very good with his Qs every time we pan over.
Yeah, Corrin's alright. We're giving this another try for game 2. We'll see if it works or not. But don't be surprised if it breaks in the middle of the game again.
It was the commentator's first, and it's our fault.
Yeah, true. Well, game 1 went in favor of Andromeda, and MetaBusters is selecting red side. I think Andromeda did have side select going into the first game, and also chose red side. So it's possible that red side is the wave here. As we were discussing before, it really didn't feel like the first pick made a huge difference there. We just threw down Ari. I would have liked to see something a bit more contentious.
Right.
These standings are not correct, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete them. I also think the schedule is not entirely up to date, so I guess we can just keep. Well, it's because like you get to the point where there's not enough games left for it to like properly display. So I guess we'll just keep the MVP standings up. I want to get the bracket in there, but I don't have an updated image of it downloaded yet. But anyway, we're just kind of killing time until the next draft happens, which is going to be in a couple of minutes.
Like 2 minutes, yeah.
I don't. Actually, we do have updated highlights because I got all the games logged to catch up. So that has a couple extra wins, more champions played. Nothing really remarkable here. Hongbaba didn't change. But yeah, all this is pretty much going to look the same. Corrin actually has Darius highlighted now.
Wasn't it not Jin before? For Honan, it was like
it was Ashe, yeah.
Ashe, brother. So that's yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's like some updated stuff. I don't know. None of this is like crazy interesting. All stuff we've pretty much discussed before. Guru Tusini is now 4-0 in Guru's favor. So Tusini really has got to step it up if he wants to fix this. This is the old draft. This is the old draft. Don't get excited. Don't get excited. Forgot to get it set up, but I am just going to throw this down there, and we can just kind of chill and wait for this draft. Yeah.
It's interesting because it looks like the game went to 40 minutes, which you'd expect to favor MetaBusters there, but Andromeda took it. I wondered how that happened. I have no clue.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the Vi just never came online. And if the Vi is just walking into a Jhin or Talia that has any sort of gold, like they're just getting blown up instantly. It looks like Gruer and Honan just kind of scaled up like we thought was going to be a possibility. And I don't know. It looks like all the roles were actually pretty close. It looks like a
Yeah.
only 500 gold difference in top mid bot. Support, there's actually a pretty huge gap there. Dad got a lot more done than Noam across the map. And jungle was also a pretty big differential, which honestly isn't what you're expecting to see here. I think
Right.
Joey over Jonah was the expected lineup going in here, but the Rek'Sai possibly maybe accelerated the game in the early game. I honestly don't know because we didn't get to see it. But same bans going down for Metabusters, same bans going down for Andromeda. Metabusters probably thinks that their issue was a side select thing more so than it was a bans thing, and Andromeda really doesn't have a need to adapt if they
Andromeda
won.
won, so
Right. So first pick here, I want to see the Renekton. I really don't think either team can do anything about it, but they are picking up the Jhin. Good pick for Honan. Hong probably has counters for it, but he probably has counters for everything.
right.
Jhin is a super solid pick though, and it contests these scaling picks that Hong likes to play, but they're just gentlemaning the Jhin Kog'Maw matchup again. Lulu is just going to get picked for Metabusters here. Might get picked away to go with the Jhin, but I don't think you necessarily need to, so you might have been able to hold the Lulu pick for R3, but R3 is a nice pick to have because you can immediately cover ban anything you
Right.
pick, so picking bot lane on 1-2 is always a good pick here. Really would like to see Andromeda pick up some of these contested champions, but I think they kind of knew what they were doing with what they did last time. Volibear's picked up here before the bans come through, which is I think is pretty smart.
Yep.
And if you can get your Renekton in here, nope, they expect the Zillion to be banned away. So yeah, they're just running it back bot lane. Worked out well for them previously. Hong Baba did end up having the most gold in the game and went 975 high CS. But I think they felt like they were able to shut him down appropriately. Here is an opportunity for Metabusters to grab the Renekton if they think it's worth it. I think it could be a good way to protect. I think Mundo, while he has a lot of health and is pretty tanky, he doesn't actually have a lot of ways to peel off besides just body blocking people.
Certainly.
But yes, okay, finally we get the Renekton.
Yeah.
And I think you can ban out a couple champions that Arnia might want to play. Getting rid of their Ornn might be good. But you know, I don't think you necessarily need to focus in too much on it. You might just want to hit Brewer's pool even more. And as I say that, they are taking Talia off the board. I think that's a really solid choice there, especially with the dashes coming out from Renekton. Ahri's banned away from Tusini though, so they're kind of firing back on the mid lane here. I think what you're going to want to pick... Yeah, 4 mid bans would be awesome. I think Metabusters is probably going to grab their jungler on R4 and just hold that counter pick for mid lane. So banning out champions that they feel like they don't really have good counters for is smart here, or champions that they have a counter for they just don't want to deal with. Xerath being taken away, really solid pick, honestly, can be flexed around to Honan. I don't expect to see that happen, but we know Brewer also has a good Xerath. And the Wukong is denied away from Joey. The Zac is still on the table. I don't know why we're not picking it.
Pull it out, man. Give the people what they want to see.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're up against like losing the series. Maybe you can just slam it down, but
yeah, I
don't know.
Hey, what can we say? We're not the ones in finals.
right. We lost, so we suck. So you don't know what we're talking about.
Exactly.
This is a clearly proven.
This is a reasonable
metric,
I think. Yeah.
And Belveth is locked in.
Okay.
So Rammus is up.
Joey or Jonah in chat said, "Let me tell you, the Rek'Sai was rough."
Okay, so he just magically ended up with more gold than Joey. I'm not going to question it. So yeah, what you do as Andromeda here is you flex the Volibear top and you pick up the freest Rammus game of your entire life, by the way. Easy choice.
Yeah.
Cassiopeia is being picked up. Nope, it's Ornn.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Like you're
so Rammus mid, Brewer is going to cook with this one?
Yes. I mean he would.
He would. Rammus mid in winners finals.
For the people.
Do it. Please pick Rammus mid. I mean, realistically, we're probably going to see like a safer long-range mage from him.
But that's boring and lame.
Yeah, I mean, Andromeda probably just wants to clutch this out.
Yeah,
and a soul, a boring long-range mage.
Make a soul over the Xerath. I mean, Brewer is really crazy on these killing picks, but
Yeah, I mean,
Just looking
I
at damage, you're
honestly
asking,
don't know what
understand.
Bel'Veth does this game. It's really hard to do anything here. Your engage is completely fucked because of Zillion. Volibear can just
Right.
stun you up. Jin can kite for days. Aesol can kite for days. I don't hate
Veigar, though.
Vigar. It's a good matchup into the Aesol. You're
I
able
don't
to
like
kind of match the
for the team
scaling.
comp though. Like you just
Um,
have three like
no,
you
no,
just have
no.
three.
The Vigar I like because it makes it hard to get on the Kog'Maw.
That's true.
Unfortunately, you're a little outranged by the Jhin and Aesol in this comp, but I don't think it's undoable because Volibear and Ornn still need to be kind of close to deal with
Yeah.
you. The Bel'Veth, I disagree with. I'm not really sure what it does, but hopefully Vendabusters will be able to prove me wrong.
Zoe will
Um,
get 7 pentakills and prove you.
right? So, yeah, I mean, anything can happen if
Yeah.
as long as it says 35 on the post game, it's possible that he got 7
Mhm.
pentakills. We might not be
Yep.
able to know.
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna yell at Nom. Actually, they paused like for sure. Like that's what it caused it.
No, 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 no.
Oh, so it's just it's just broken.
Well, I mean, we're still trying to figure it out, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Impossible to know what is causing it. I think avoiding pauses is maybe good, but like I don't think that necessarily fixes anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think just let them play the game they need to play, and whatever needs to be re-recorded will be re-recorded.
No, I think the real strength
yeah.
of the Bel'Veth and the Veigar picks were purple. As we all know, Lulu
Oh,
in class
true.
of voice line
That
tasted
tasted
purple.
purple.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's it was just the synergy.
You know,
I've cracked the code.
little known fact, I was when I met Travis Gafford in Atlanta,
Mm.
I didn't get an invite to it. I didn't get in. Are y'all
If they had not paused,
all
that's
on
awesome.
Teams? I need room to join.
Why is Honan playing Balatro? What? Why did I get a Steam notification? Honan. Ugh. Well,
Okay, well, they're telling me I need to join a lobby that I can't join. So,
XD.
what else? Fight me. I'm online. Right, client sucks.
I wonder who I'm tracking this Travis Gafford.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, I was at a bar and they had a special Glitter Lance drink, and I can confirm Lulu Q
Yo,
tasted purple.
let's go.
Did I shit
Yo,
out
that's
glitter for the next 3 days? No. Did I think I was going to? Yes. It was a very glittery drink. It tasted good though. I think the liquor was Pink Whitney for those counting.
Ooh.
So a bit of an L there, but
Is that bad? Is that
it's like the alcohol that everyone has had a bad experience with. I don't know. No worries in chat. No worries in chat. I say this like I have stream pulled up. I simply don't. But
all
yeah.
6 viewers, including me, will report.
Yeah, base.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I feel like this stream lost momentum and lost viewers. I don't really know
Wow.
why.
Who could tell? There's a whole 3 viewers. Jonah did confirm no pause though, so spectator client just sucks. We can expect this not to work. But I do have info on our champions. Our champ matchups. I was expecting to have more games of Ornn versus Renekton in the top lane all time, but
I guess it's usually banned more often.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's only happened 3 times. It's a matchup that gets talked about a lot.
With
But
how often both these champions are picked.
yeah, Renekton actually does favor it. I think Ornn, like, if you look at all the stats websites, Ornn should be favored because he's shut the hell up, bro. Renekton absolutely bodies the hell out of Ornn in the early game.
Yeah,
That's why it's picked as a counter in pro play. I think Ornn's an okay pick into it. I don't actually like it as much as people think, but if you're able to play super safe, theoretically you should come out on top. You haven't seen Volibear versus Bel'Veth before, not super surprising. As I was saying earlier,
I wondered who this Hazel versus Veigar game was. Shit on who?
I forget. Oh, was that like a joke or like do you know or?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'll see if I can find it. Probably not. These are pretty popular champions, but as I said, Veigar pretty good matchup into the Aesol. So I don't think it's anything too crazy here. And then bot lane is the same stuff that we already saw. Obviously, our stats are going to be favoring the Jhin Zillion lane just a bit more. That game isn't entered because it literally just happened. but I am going to try and source this information here. We should be loading into game pretty soon, but
I'll try and look.
you know, this is probably a little bit interesting.
Yeah. All right, I found it. It was Metabusters MVP Silico versus Heroic. Silico on the Vigar.
How long ago was this? I've been scrolling down for a while.
It was Metabuster. It was Metabusters 2 seasons ago, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it.
Well, I had a monster 19 performance. Easily, I was the carry of that game, of course.
Oh, true. Real.
Yeah.
But oh, no, we are not spectating as soon as I thought we were. I was hearing the wrong client noises. All right, anyway, past performance on this. Jonah is 2-0 on this pick. Tusini also 2-0 on the Vigar, and it was his spotlighted champion for the awards. Gruer is actually first timing ASOL, which like doesn't click right in my head, but we know it's true.
Wait, how? What? That can't possibly be true.
I mean, I don't really think of Gruer as like an ASOL player, and I don't
think of him as a scaling mage player, and
I don't know. It appears the Gruer has not picked the ASOL before. I mean, I can like confirm this, but I'm 99% sure that is correct. Yeah, he has not. The only A champions he's played is 4 games of Ari and 2 games of Annie. But
is that what? I feel like I'm going insane. Is that true? What?
Jacob like thinks Gruer is Thomas or something. Like I don't know.
No, I don't know. This season is fake. There's no proof of anything.
So true. Except for the fact that like most VODs are up. Like there's like 1 series and like 2 games that are gone. But Honan and Dad are actually a bit better.
In all of those, so
yeah, so true. Except they're logged. Honan is 11-2 on the Jhin. He is threatening or he's probably stolen my reputation as the only person propping up the Jhin win rate. But I love to see it. I hope Jhin can reach 50% one day. And Dad 2-0 on the Zillion. But yeah, I think Hong now a bit of a more losing win rate on the Cog. No, I'm a bit rough, but I think they're just hoping that they're able to get a bigger lead down here. Although you really need to be playing around the Belveth. The unfortunate thing here is that Metabusters has 0 engage tools on their team.
Yeah,
like I mean, you can dash in on Renekton, but that doesn't count. You're entirely waiting.
Belveth has a knockup, so
no.
Have you considered?
No, that's the most fake engage tool of all time. Because as soon as you need to, holy fuck, no way. Instant pause. Instant pause.
Oh no, do I have bad news for you? Teddy had to get his food. What can we say?
Yeah, I mean, this is the least surprising thing in Scrim Zone history. Teddy has, in fact, ordered delivery. Awesome. But anyway, as soon as you burn Belveth knockup to try and use that as your engage tool, you've automatically lost the fight. So that is what it is. But we can kind of keep looking at this, I guess. You have a team on Metabusters who's hoping that they engage onto your Kog'Maw. And Andromeda, you are just looking to never fight. You're just looking to scale. You want ASOL and Jhin to just get enough items that they can just kill you from afar and not even need to go in. The Follow Bear is going to have a bad time, so to speak, but I think everyone else is going to be okay. Ornn can ult from long range. Andy has the Unstoppable in the dash, so he should be able to avoid a lot of the CC that he should have to tank going into this. But anyway, we'll beg for sponsorship. Please, if you're a delivery service, would be very appropriate branding, because we could pretend that Hong used you. Or if you give us some sort of discount code, we can just like...
we will, yeah.
Right, then we will be using whatever service you are. Surely our streams are not a complete disaster, because Riot Games hates supporting any ecosystem that exists. But, you know, that is what it is. I don't know how long our boy is going to take to get his McDonald's, but we're still seeing them actively chat, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Minion DMAT's taken for both mid laners. Support item and 2 potions bought for both bot laners. Very important things.
Certainly. Well, dude, How do I get this overlay? I need it. I don't have it. Eject. Is there a new package or something?
What overlay?
Like the DoorDash fonts.
It's part of the asset creation.
Oh, I need to.
It downloads with the game overlay.
Okay. All right, looks like we are back in game. Luckily.
Yep. Okay. Don't jinx it, but we do have Monster Tamer Cog and Monster Tamer Lulu. So
overlay still.
Are we fucking serious?
Wait, did they do it again? Oh no, it just broke instantly.
But this does normally happen with pauses. This is not like a new pause issue. But yeah, I think it did. I think it did.
No.
Oh my god. No, we're good. We're so back. We're so back. Okay.
Alright, and we're gonna watch the whole game.
I'm just not gonna touch anything.
Yeah.
They already paused once. They won't need to pause again.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
So neither.
This is like the most textbook 5-point of all time. You love to see it. Look at this. You got boom, 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 boom. This is how you should start your game. This is how you should start your games every time. Majestic stuff.
Ghost here. Lulu has heal while Zillion took the exhaust. That makes sense because I mean Lulu's whole job is to keep the Gogma alive, and Zillion's alive is to stay alive so we can ult people. Jin is a little less important, I think. Than Kogma is for these comps, but
yeah, lots of banter coming out here. I think Korn wanted to play some Darius into the Renekton, which could have been fun, but did not happen, obviously. I'll move the chat a bit out of the way. Got some yappers.
I love God Pinning. It's so good.
Yeah, so Belveth isn't going for the early game invade. Normally she does look to take away the enemy raptors. It's very easy for her to do so just because of her dashes, and she has a very powerful early game, also because of the dashes. But just going for something a little bit more plain. But yeah, Korn's just running Arnie down, getting a lot of damage, which is fine unless Volibear decides to just path up for like a level 2 or level 3 gank. Ignite is actually dropped from Korn, no flash on the Renekton, which is a bit interesting, but gets the trade out against Arnie. He's a bit favored there and forces out the flash. Level 2 is hit first by Andromeda, but immediately matched by Metabusters. Good root coming down to Hong here. 4-shot gets eaten by the Lulu shield, but still gets some damage. Huge double stun from Dr. Dad. No one falling down to about half HP, but it's just gonna fizzle.
Yeah, I mean, neither of these bot laners have, you know, are very super strong early. Jin, I'd say more than Cosmo, but even then, can't get very much done.
Yep, Arnie trading really heavily onto Korn here. Korn does have Rage up, so he could just get some nice healing there. And yep, he just trades right back, evens out the lane. Cog Lulu does have a lot of threat if they just pop all the buffs onto Cog and just try and run somebody down, but it's hard to get a kill. It's just easier to shove someone out of the lane.
Right.
And we do have a level 3 gank coming from Volibear, but not the lane that I previously mentioned. He's looking for the full wraparound, and they're in a really bad spot here. Realizes he doesn't need to go that far away, and just runs directly onto Hong. Hong gets a nice slowdown, but he flashes for the stun, and then Hong flashes away from Jin W, and I think he should just be out here.
It was well played from Teddy. I think Noam polymorphed the Volibear, but he still got the stun off, if I read that correctly.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure. Joey is level 4 now, got all of the camps that he wanted to. Hong is now just running down Dr. Dad. And the flash poly, I'm not sure that ability does any damage.
Yeah, I don't think
but, you know, is what it is. Joey was still able to secure the Scuttle Crab. And that's flash for flash on supports, but both sums used from Hong, and both are up for Honan. Top lane still looking a bit spicy. Both these players are quite low. A good play from either of them could pick up a kill. Tusini's just trying to match Guru's farm here. He is going to struggle a bit more to farm early just because of mana problems. But does have Spellbook, so we could see a Clarity come out for that nice mana restore.
Yeah, so okay, Teddy's back to the cull here. I was wondering if we are going to see that. He's just going for the full farm up and scale method. I'm not sure how standard that is generally, but I think it makes sense in this. You just want to...
Yeah, I think you definitely want the anything you can get for scaling to kind of match up with the Janae Soul. It's not normally the best to take on champions that already have good scaling, I feel like. But, you know, it works out.
We'll have to see if it does, I suppose. So we do have first Void grubs and first Dragon spawned. It looks like Joey's heading up towards those grubs, or is he going for Crab? The Andromeda, yeah, they're getting some vision, vision and Tri-Brush here. Nothing's really happening on the map. It's like Joey is going to go for the grubs here. While Volleyball is cutting the bot. So presumably we're going to see some dragon trading happening, especially with their bot prio.
Yeah, I mean, I think all these lanes are pretty even until the junglers show up. But Han getting a huge trade down on Honan forces out the Ghost. And actually, I think just dissuades the Volibear from going for the gank. Sixes are hit for the top lane. Corrin was able to get the stun, but it's buffered out by Arnya. He's able to just get away safely. Good stun by Tusini there, but he does no damage yet. He has not bought a single AP item.
Alright, massive wave coming into Arnya's turret here. Should be able to pick it up without too much of a problem. He's even taking trade. And then, yeah, like I said, the Andromeda bot is going to help pick up here. Joey's going for an invade of the top side, but all the camps are down, so he's going to recall. Recall stop. He's getting the buff. Is the buff up? What's he doing?
Yes, yeah, he's taking.
Wait, how did it spawn so fast?
I mean, Volibear started it.
Wait, what did Belfast start? Oh, Raptors, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So Arnie's looking for this trade. Is able to pop the brittle, but Corrin able to pick it up regardless. Tusini and Gruer are now fighting. Gruer, I just don't think has enough gas to catch up to Tusini. The ult is coming down, but it's just gonna miss. Corrin just hitting away at this tower. He knows he's safe because of the vertical. And no TP is available for Arnya. He probably is just going to shove one more wave out here. Joey does have a farm advantage here. He's doing pretty well. Ideally, he would be able to start the snowball off these early objectives. Did get the grubs, but the Rift Herald isn't up yet.
Her at all, or what?
Nah, I don't believe so.
Because that would be insane.
I mean, it's possible. He just hit 6, so he wasn't able to empower off of anything yet.
Right. Oh, true.
So I'm not quite sure how that works out. Next
so
grubs
if she can't
aren't going to be up.
off of grubs, then she will have had less chances to empower for the whole game, right? Because it used to be 2 heralds and a baron. I don't know.
Are there still 2 heralds, or am I like tripping?
It's 2 grubs and 1 herald and 1 baron.
Gotcha.
And if I'm wrong, this looks really. I'm pretty sure that's right.
Yeah. I thought if you took the first herald fast enough, there's a second one, but I guess I could be wrong. Yeah, I think it should give you more regardless, or if you can power off of it. But Corrin is getting chased down here. The ult is burned from Jonah. He's able to pick up the kill. Corrin just overstayed just a little bit, but he does have TP, so I don't think there's a huge loss there. And they do get vision of where Volibear is on the map, and now Belveth has a nice, easy path right down to the bottom side to clear as many camps as she can.
I just noticed we have the canonical lore top jungle from Andromeda here.
Yeah.
Got the Freljord brothers.
Yep, and Hong's looking to put down this tower, but he can't get too cocky. They are here to try and pressure him. He's trying not to take a tower shot here. Manages that really well. It's up about 20 CS at this point in time. MetaBuster's looking to be in a good spot. They're up about 1,000 gold, but are down a dragon, so it kind of evens out. The grubs are helping though. Next grub spawn is, I believe, in 30 seconds. It projects the Rift Herald and grub spawn timer directly on top of each other, so it's very hard to tell what's going on.
Thank you, Riot.
Hong finally taking a turret shot there. Didn't juggle correctly, but he's probably fine.
The call is already almost halfway stacked up.
Yeah, Belveth almost has her full first item. 82 farm is matching the good laners in terms of CS, and is now pathing directly up towards these grubs. Really wants to make sure she gets them to start off early game.
Yeah,
Lulu and Vigar are matching here too, so it should be pretty easy for MetaBusters to pick it up.
Yeah, we see Zillion still bot lane, so nothing to contest. Yubova with the grubs is super strong because she, with her true form, has Void Remora, and adding the grubs to that, with the turret damage, with her attack speed, is just...
Yeah, so she gets ult off of each of them, I think. Okay, yeah, this is quite strong. Definitely understand why they didn't look to contest this. No, it's just the first one taken, I guess. I don't know. Something. She has ult. That's what matters.
Yeah,
that is going to be 6 grubs secured for this team. If Renekton is able to keep as much laning presence as he has for the rest of this game, that's going to put him in a really good spot here. Tusini trading a W for a tower shot, but honestly, it's worth it. Gets most of a plate there. Corn's looking for something here. The Unstoppable is already used by Arnier, but oh, here's the opportunity, but no, Joey's just going to move to the back and get out of there. Guru is trapped in the cage, is able to dodge out on most of this damage, and Tusini knows to walk away. I don't think he had vision, but he got a gut feeling. Dad did show up on the roam. Tusini's flash is down though. Yeah, no vision for him was available there. Probably could have saved the flash if he knew it was coming.
Someone in chat says your mic sucks. It's turning some static. I don't hear it, which is interesting.
Interesting. I will turn down my sound and not stop it from peaking. But if you're not hearing it, I think it's probably a stream thing. Joey is forced to flash out here. Yeah, Jonah has to ult. Honen's trapped. A bit of a rough spot there. It looks like Arnie was fishing for the TP. Just backed away a little bit. All the members of Andromeda are really low after that fight. It's going to be really hard for them to contest this. Joey is healing up pretty rapidly here. But the stun does hit Joey off the dragon. Jonah has flashed into the pit, but I think it's just going to go over to Belveth. It dropped down to 40 though, so Belveth almost picked up the steal. Yeah. Corn's now going on to Arnie. Arnie is falling down pretty low. Fury is stacked up enough for Renekton, but he's not going to be able to get the kill. Not having flash is pretty tough on that champion. Hong does get rooted up here, but it's just dumping down damage onto Honan. Zillion comes out.
It's really hard to out damage the out-consistent damage to the cog.
Yeah, but that movement speed, from Gen Zillion makes it so hard for Honan, or for Hong to hit his ults there. So they do just all neutralize out there. Lulu ult is going to be up before either of the Andromeda bot lane ults are available. Tusini fishing for a cage there, isn't able to find it. But Honan is going to be able to, or Honan, no one is able to secure a tower plate there. Tusini in a bit of trouble, but he's just going to walk forward, try to get the ulti onto Gruer, but he's just out of range.
A bit of a wasted ace ult there, but yeah, unfortunately, Believer seems to be there at the right time.
Yeah, and Tusini was really close to getting that ult off. MetaBusters is still in the favorite position in this game. They're even on dragons, and they do have 6 grubs, and they're up about 1,000 gold. A lot of that you can thank from bot and top farm. I feel like jungle's probably a bit even here, and Gru is definitely favored in his lane so far. Corn looking for anything he can get here. Once you get that close to tower, though, you are going to get little void mites to help you get some extra damage. Tower plates are down, though. In total, it looks like they got, I think, 5 across the map, maybe 6. And I think none from the other team, maybe 2 maximum. Corn's getting a nice trade here, though. He's in a pretty safe position. A fight is maybe breaking out in the river. That's 3 members from Andromeda and only 2 from MetaBusters, so they're just going to have to walk away. Vigar was just a little bit late getting there. They're trying to cover Bel'Veth so she can continue this vertical. Joey is going to find Jonah in the jungle, but he doesn't have much he can do. He's just going for this first Rift Herald here. If he takes it early, it answers all the questions that Jake and I have, but he's just not going for it.
Cowardly. I'm just gonna look it up. Okay, according to the wiki, it's only once per game now.
Interesting. Alright, well Joey is trying to get it down. Jonah just popped his ulti. He's looking to just kill Joey right away. He's able to get it. Rift Herald is probably going to go over to Andromeda here. Yep, they're able to get the seal, and Korn is falling down super low, just taken out by Brewer here. And that's a 2 for 0, and they're able to pick up the Rift Herald. Tusini's walking towards the Jhin, but he's just stuck in the shooting gallery here. Huge chunk goes down to Tusini, but I don't think they have the appropriate follow-up here. Volibear is absolutely manhandling this game. He's running so fast with the Zillion, but he is going to get slowed down just a little bit. Noam has to ult himself to get himself out here. Is able to dodge out from the Jhin stun, but it doesn't matter. Dad's able to get the kill with the bomb. Honen's falling down super low. Hong's looking to chase him down, but the exhaust does come through, and they should just be fine on this end. Tusini and Hong are looking to do everything they can, but it's a bit rough there. Hong walks away with his 145 CS, most in the game, but no kills on the board here, and the rest of his team just handed over the gold lead to Andromeda.
A bit of a series of unfortunate events for Meta Busters, starting with that Rift Herald. It was a pretty quiet game, and I mean, it was one of our first big team fights, and it was pretty decisive. It's really tough to do with that Volibear for Meta Busters comp. It's really just the Flyguard and the Cog. Did something just change? Am I going crazy? I thought it it's pretty tough to peel. No, there's nobody there to peel the Volibear off. So you can sort of just W and Q and just CC and heal and never die.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're able to kind of get like a front to back with Meta Busters, I mean, you're in a pretty good position, but they were stuck in a pit and they had people approaching from every angle. Also, if Volibear is able to just ult through the cage, it makes it really hard for stuff to happen.
Yeah.
Their entire bot side doesn't even need to interact with the cage. They should be out of range, and Korn's ultimate outranges it by just a little bit. I think ideally you'll have Bel'Veth with her ult before the fights, but you kind of want to sneak it. You don't want to fight it. Tusini cast the cage, was stuck in the cast animation just a little bit, so he does have to flash out there. 3 people were committed to try and pick him up, so he's able to waste some of the opponent's time, but ultimately not get too much out of it. Rift Herald is now going down mid lane though. Arnie could end up winning this one. The stun comes out, and Arnie isn't able to get his ultimate off. I think that one might have been the Australia diff. Korn's now going down, looking to the trade, and he almost picks it up.
Oh wow. Very, very close. I'm surprised.
Yeah, but Joey's going in here now. I mean, he's just collapsed on by Volibear, and there's just no way to keep him alive. He's looking for Honing. He's able to pick up Honing. If he can get the ult off, that could be huge. Drops down to 25, and Jonah's able to pick it up. And he's going to get the kill onto Joey as well. Tusini in a bit of a tough spot. He is forced to flash out, though, so Jonah not able to find the kill.
It looks like Teddy was confused about the Vigor Cage there for a second.
That's funny.
It's like...
Tusini looking to get the ult here. Zillion ult actually goes off, and he ends up dying early. But Tusini's able to pick up Brewer. They have a flash there. Noam flash ease to pick up Dad there. And that
one does damage.
Yeah. That actually turned out not too bad for the Meta Busters here. They're sporting about a 2k gold lead. They're down a dragon, but I don't think they care that much. The Rift Herald wasn't even able to break open the mid turret. And Hong has a shutdown despite not killing or dying to a single enemy champion the entire game. Badass.
And he did. I mean, he just knows how to play safe, how to farm up. He's got that. Does Hull count towards bounties?
Yeah, I mean, it's like based off of gold in your inventory. There's just certain gold that's like excluded for it.
Stone, right? Okay.
Yeah, I think they're like specifically removed from it. I don't really know how it works. I don't think anyone really understands it.
Mouse understands it.
This is true.
We should get him next.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do. I'll talk to my
Yeah, I'll get him to cast the first 7 minutes of a game,
Yeah.
and then it'll like, crash. Then he'll go like, "What the hell's wrong with you guys?" Yeah, Corn could be in a little bit of trouble here, but I think he's just able to get out. He has Slice available to him. Veigar is starting to hurt a little bit. He does have the Archangels available to him, building into the Death Cap as the second item. Acel is looking to get those core components finished for the Rylai's Leandries.
Is this a turret? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Void
Teleport coming down from Orin on the flank. The ult is coming out from Orin. I think you just have to full commit on here from Hong, but he's exhausted, so it's going to be really tough for him. Lulu ulti coming down, and he just gets stunned up super hard. 2 more teleports coming down to match. Corn's going in, but he is stunned. Dad burns the ultimate on Arnier, so Corn's able to pick up a kill onto Jin, and the Ornn is falling down eventually. Joey's in a bit of trouble here, but they're going to look to kill Jonah on the backside of this. Gruer and Dad pretty low in the back of the fight, but the stun does come down onto Corn. He almost gets picked up, and the empowered Acel ulti actually turns the entire fight. Jonah's able to get one, he's able to survive, walks away, tanks the Veigar W, and it's just not enough to kill him. So that is a 2 for 2 across the board there.
I noticed that the Kog'Maw died while polymorphed and his passive was large. I don't know if that affects the hitbox on that.
I would imagine it doesn't. But
I have no. Dude, this game. How does it work? it's just. Oh, Ornn has the Who is his anathemas on?
probably on Kog'Maw, I would imagine.
I mean, yeah, at this point in the game, they're not going to be interacting very much.
It's not on. Oh, it's on Renekton right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They can be responding to each other.
Yep, Joey has still yet to have a successful fight there, and Hong did get over his tiny shutdown to the Jin. Helps him catch up in the gold category a little bit. And Corn is just running in. He's looking to trade down onto Arnier, but the Anathema's making it a little bit hard, I guess. Yeah, I mean, all in all, that was a pretty good play for Meta Busters. They weren't the ones who initiated it, but they were able to walk out 2-2. Getting a kill onto, I think it was Ornn and Jin there. You're not too upset about that.
Yeah. And there was the, like, what, 150 gold shutdown, which also was not.
Yeah, I think that is a little bit irrelevant.
Yeah. You know,
but
man,
all 4 teleports are down.
Yeah.
It looks like... Okay, never mind. Joey is just completely caught out here. The Lulu ult does come down. He's able to sustain for a little bit. He's trying to dash out, but he is ultimately going to fall down to Honan. And Jonah's ult lands directly on Hong's head. Hong should just be able to run him down with passive, but no, he's survived by the Zillion. That's a 2 for 1 in favor of Andromeda right now, but Jonah is getting caught out here, and the shutdown going over to the Veigar is actually huge. That could be a big factor here. Another 2 for 2.
How many stacks is Veigar at?
Veigar is currently at 250 stacks and 750 AP at 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah. And Arnier, again, is not able to get his ult off. Is able to get 1 brittle proc, and Corn just knows he has to leave. But yeah, these 2 for 2s are actually favoring Meta Busters because they currently have the lead, and more stacks onto Veigar is always good. As we see, Gruer just gets his ass chunked. Yeah, the 4th dragon of the game is up. It looks like it's being committed to by the Meta Busters. They're trying to even it out. Don't want to have to be up against the soul point. You just got to protect Joey here. Historically, Jonah has been catching him out, and Tusini just gets completely caught. Gets hit by the Acel ultimate, followed up with the Jin CC, and yeah, Joey and Noam just get out of here. That is going to be soul point going over to Andromeda. I don't think there's any way they can stop this. Jin just warding it off with 4 shot. Yeah, Baron is on the table. It's going to be really hard for the Meta Busters to start that. They just have to hope that they can get some sort of mismatch and what players are alive. The shutdown is picked up by Jin. Jin is now very much in this game. He's probably backing on an IE after this play. Cog's completed the first 2 like on-hit core items, but hasn't gotten anything past that. So he's not a crazy threat here, but Hong is now looking for Honan, is going to get caught up, and ultimate is available, but Bel'Veth is just going to body block with a Lulu shield. Like, you are just taking 0 damage there.
Yeah. feel like I just feel like Metabuster's. I mean, the Belva is just like hasn't been able to do like anything at all.
Yep.
If there was a tank jungler here, I feel like a lot of these plays could have gone kind of differently. But
yeah, I would have loved to see a Zac here, but they are pushing for this top turret. It's worth a lot of gold if they're able to pick it up. They have 6 grubs. Could be getting something done, but I think they realize that it's a bit ambitious and they're just going to walk out. Should still be able to deny the topside jungle. Stealing away the global blue buff, especially into like Asol Jhin, tend to use up a decent amount of mana. Don't hate it. It's pretty solid. And Hong is just looking to run down Honan. Isn't able to kill him. Hadn't start firing off ultimates. I think he's trying to conserve his blue buff for the fight.
Yeah, the
Alright, his mana for the fight. He has blue buff. I'm saying things.
Yeah, he has the work, so he has the really strong chase down. I'm not sure exactly why. I think he just thought that, you know, Volibear was on the way.
Yeah, I mean he was right there, so I think spotting that out is pretty smart. Shit, I was gonna say thing. Oh yeah, first Ornn upgrade of the game is going over to Zillion Shirelia's. Hasn't upgraded any of his own items yet because he hasn't built one that can be upgraded. Spoiler alert: Thornmail can't be upgraded either.
Really?
So Ornn isn't going to have an upgraded item for quite a while.
Yeah.
I don't even know if any of the ones that he wants to build are going to be good. But having a way to stop the healing from Bel'Veth and Kog'Maw is going to be kind of nice. I don't think Bel'Veth actually has any yet, but might be some in her runes.
Yeah, she does not heal.
She tends to build Bork, which is what I was thinking of. But yeah, no lifesteal, not even from runes. Has legend alacrity, and Honan's ulting. Fell down pretty low, probably got chased down by Hong there. Hong not able to find an ultimate onto it, but now Corn's just getting 2v1. He's able to stall out, heal up a little bit, but no, he just got picked up by the second hit of Ornn ulti. I assume he's just going to die here. Noah running as fast as he can, but he's not able to get there in time. They set up for that fight for a while, and it did turn out in their favor. Jonah's looking here, probably doesn't want to walk into all 3 of them. Especially with the Cog Lulu combo there, it's very powerful. Findy Edge was just upgraded for Jhin. That is completely brutal. I think his inventory is now worth significantly more than Kog'Maw's, just because of the 4 kills he has, plus the Ornn upgrade. So Cog is definitely going to need to pick up a few kills just to be a viable threat here. It's really hard playing the game as a carry with no kills at 30 minutes. And Hong is completely caught out here. Is getting ulted. Honan falls down super low. Isn't going to get picked up. Smite does come through for Jonah.
Matching bot lane, Blue Cog, the skip flag.
Yeah, Hog not being able to finish off that kill there is super unlucky for him.
Yeah.
He does have Ghost here, if he can look for Arnie, but it's just so tough for him. Yeah, as we talked about previously, they don't really have any engage, so they just have to hope that the Bork passive is enough to secure it for him. And Jin's just like super mobile, so he crits and then you're just having trouble chasing him down as it is.
Asol does have that means he has Descend, right?
Yes.
I know the game
Asol empowered ultimate, and the only objective on the map being Baron, and then Soul is being forced for 30 seconds. I think as Metabusters, you kind of just want to trade here. Vision is picked up by Jonah. They're able to see that the Bel'Veth is just waiting for him in the bush. Tusini drops the cage down, is looking for something, but now he's out of position. He's over the wall. He gets rooted up, and he's just going to die instantly. There's no way to save him there. A little bit out of position, and he's punished for it immediately. Renekton's just trying to push up on the tower. Hong is immediately running towards Baron. I think that should be the call, just try and trade it. But it looks like Joey's a bit slow on the way there. Yeah, Renekton and Kog'Maw are grouping on this. I don't think we need to watch them dig the dragon. This Baron is what we're interested in. Corn is taking so much damage, but Hong is a decent chunk here. Asol is moving really fast with the empowered ultimate. This is a little bait. They realize it, and they are cutting their losses.
I don't like that call.
Yep. Jonah not able to get on
Hong
there.
Turret, but...
Yeah, I think if they committed to it immediately, it would have worked out, but Joey just took so long to get there. No one getting zoned off a little bit here. Joey does have empowered form, so he can go over the wall.
With no vision though.
Wait! Yeah, they had a ward. And now Joey goes in way too early, gets completely blown up, is popping his defensive tools, but now Corrin has died in the front of the fight. Joey's super low in the back of the fight, just has to get out. And Hong getting some damage in.
Teddy? No.
Yeah, he's not even 3 items, GOG. So it's a bit rough.
And then with the Zillion, just being able to get everyone away with Australia, it's...
Yeah, Leandri's upgraded for Acel too. This fight is just so hard for them to take. You have a lot of extra effective gold with the Chem Soul and the Ornn items. So even though it looks like Metabusters has the gold lead, they are not statistically favored in this game in the slightest. Ornn ult coming through, looking to pick up some of these kills. Actually knocks them all up, but now Jin is just stunned up. He is going to get revived by Zillion Pass, but now you just want to get out of here as possible. But no, Jonah's running in, gets the flash off, but his stun doesn't go through because it expired just in time. Hong is in a bad position here, but Shutdown going over to Vigar. That's more damage looking for Vigar, but he's not able to find anything. They're all dodging away from his abilities. And this is a 1-for-1 so far. And you've taken away their jungler, so it's hard for them to do the Baron. So again, these weird like 50-50 trade fights are working out for Metabusters, but it's hard for them to win a full 5v5 engage.
I would say that that Zillion empowered Volibear is absolutely terrifying. You just want to get Mach 11.
Yeah, I like it a lot better than the combo we saw in the last game. Not that we got to see the last game,
right? But like conceptually,
yeah.
Alright, so Kog'Maw does have 3.5 here. He does have more items than
Joey actually does get the knock up here. It's possible he's able to get this. Gets the Strikebreaker and his autos just didn't go off. I don't know what that is. It might have been a misinput. Might just be a weird Strikebreaker interaction, but I think he's caught out here. They should be able to set up a dive, but they're unsure where his teammates are. Yep. No, they're pinging it down now. Just has to dash away.
He should walk away.
Yeah, and they're setting people up towards Baron, but you don't realistically have a way to contest this. Hong is trying to start it up, though. He does a lot of damage with Terminus, but it's spotted out immediately. They are just sticking it. Ornn has arrived. I think you try to turn onto him, but they've gotten it down to half health. Volibear's here. You're in a super tough position, and Noam's just caught out. He had to walk up to dissuade Arnie from joining the fight, and he's just picked off by the Orange. Jusini now falling down super low, just taken out. Honan has a Zillion ult on him, but hasn't died yet. Ornn now falling, and Joey's going to be next. He almost picks up Arnie, but he's just not able to do it. Kog'Maw ulti was fishing for Arnie, and it's just not enough to find him. If Hong's able to get vision of this, he might be able to fish for some ultis, but I just don't think it's happening. Dr. Dad walks up and is just pushing him off of it. If they get any sort of CC, he's just dead. That is a back and a teleport back in from Arnie, and Dad's able to get the stun. He's probably just going to die. They give it over to Honan.
Yeah.
He's able to pick up the ace.
That was a really Hail Mary play. It might have worked if they hadn't had the vision in River. But
yeah, I think you just gotta... You can go for that, but you gotta get off of it way faster, especially with how fast.
Yeah, they could have just turned onto the orange.
Yeah, I mean, Volibear's running at like 1,000 movement speed. It's really hard to sneak things around him. It's really easy to rotate this team. They're gonna get this meaty side lane turret. It's about 1,000 gold in their pockets, 700, whatever. Acel still has empowered ultimate. Didn't have to use it to win that last fight. And Joey walks up, takes some damage. Yeah, I don't know what your win condition here is for Metabusters. I think you just have to flip an Elder and like pray for it. Because Cog does have the range to be effective with it, but I think as soon as the other team gets Elder, especially in coordination with the Baron, I think it's going to be really hard to stop them. But you have caught out Volibear here potentially. This is a 2v2, but it's hard for you to chase him down. The Volibear pretty damn fast. I believe he has Elixir of Iron, in addition to a fully stacked Deadman's Plate. A little fast.
Wait,
and Joey is going... It gives speed from other people.
A what?
It gives you like a little trail, and if your allies walk in it, they become faster.
Huh.
Joey able to pick up vision before this. About 36 seconds left, and Jonah's caught in the circle. Joey looking to pick him up, and that is ult down, but the counter ultimate coming out from Asol, and Joey's just off the map. Korn melting as well. They're able to pick him up. Tusini was ulted by Noam, and Hong wasn't even in the fight, and now the artillery is coming through from Jin. They're going to be able to pick him up. Double kill for Jin. And yeah, Hong is just so good on this champion. Hong gets stunned by the volley, wasn't able to kite up enough. He ends up behind the volley. He's so out of position. He's trying to get a kill. He drops Dad down to almost death, but not close enough.
Like 5 or 6 of those zillion ults just for dead in this game.
Yeah, and I don't even think they need to consider the Elder Dragon. I think you just walk down and end the game here.
You have like 20 seconds.
Yeah, Hong not able to pick up a single kill in this game. A lot of near misses, but ultimately just doesn't matter. And yeah, clean 2-0 from Andromeda. First game was a bit closer than this one from what I understand, but really well played to Andromeda.
Yeah. Who's your MVP here?
It's a tough one. I think for me personally,
Jonah,
it's probably Jonah.
Conan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just made stuff happen around the whole map. He did get a little behind early just because his gang squares weren't as successful as he would have liked, but I think he just initiated all around the map and he was able to get these objectives done.
Yeah, he had a lot more pressure than Belveth did, and it really like prevented Joey from getting kills, which really, I mean, there was no snowball. It stopped it at the very beginning.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna call out. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing on this anyway. Don't want to spend too much time on a single series. But congrats to Andromeda. Expect a podcast talking about this at some point. But anyway, GG's updated bracket will be an announcements. Thanks everybody who was watching.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.